I earlier I promised about the one video series on debugging because I believe that debugging is the key experience. I mean, debugging is one of the key experience which you will get in industry. Like when you join company, when you join some big brand or good product company, one of the key experience or skill set you build along with the number of year of experience is finding the root cause of a problem. And the one perspective or one dimension for identifying root cause of a problem is debugging. Like how to debug, how to master your these skills, how to master your debugging skills. Uh, I mean, the folks who are in industry, who are experienced in industry, they can easily relate this concept with me that when we all joining industry and when we see that large code base of a product where we are supposed to fix the bugs, where the millions and millions lines of code, and in that you have to find some issue. It's really first hand. It is a very alarming. I mean, you will feel what's overwhelmed, right? You will feel something like, how can I find my issue? I mean, how can I fix this issue? And because with less experience and the vast code you will see, you don't know from where to start, where to end, what area this bug is all about. And believe me, the one thing which is very challenging to understand the other's code. In my experience, I have found this is very challenging because it's a very difficult, and also it's a very difficult, it becomes a very highly difficult when documentation is not there in the code. And in my experience, I've seen, I mean, most of the even big brand company have not sufficiently documented code. There are a few people who knows those components, those domains well, and they are like um, they are the key owners of that component. That's it. And whenever the new person will come, and whenever new person is joining that component or team, they have a nightmare experience in training and in getting used to with these codes because everybody is showing like they know everything. But when you go there and ask them, sir, how I can step by step reach at your level, and they will show you can only learn by going to the code. This is nonsense, right? Because if I have to read the million lines of code, I have to go through almost many months, even a year. Then after that I might understand these millions lines of code. So it's unfortunate, but this is the way industry is treating a newcomer person in industry. Now this is right or wrong, that is separate thing, and that should be discussed later, not here. Here we will try to find the uh, most fundamental skill set of industry, which is debugging. How to debug efficiently, how to get better at debugging your code, right? How do I get better at debugging code? Might be your code, might be others code, or might be some library code, like that way, right? So anything which makes you more vigilant, more aware of the code, that is one fundamental skill, which is debugging. Okay, so now the point is, how do you proceed further, so that and if I have to answer, then I would say that of course this is a very fundamental skills required for developer or development role. At the same time, this is not a kind of rocket science or any magic pills. It has, I mean, it is the muscle which you will build with practice. That's correct. But then there are few fundamentals you should always think on it. Like you should always carry with those, carry those thoughts while learning also. If you follow these steps, these standard principles, these standard helps to learn better, you will feel that debugging skills you are getting very fast. I mean, you are learning many things. And the challenge level is also varying here in debugging section. When you are debugging a native app where the only one application is there, their challenge is at a different level, and the same kind of native app if they have a single thread and multi-thread concept. So when you deal with the multi-thread native application, that is also a little more complex than single-threaded application. Then next thing is going on the next level of complexity. And if you have a system which is distributed system, not native system or web system, it's a distributed system, right? So when you deal with the distributed system, you have another level of complexity in your code. So these all are different set of skill set required even under debugging umbrella, right? And this is, I think most of the industry experience or industry help I could not find much help in these areas in as of now, right? But definitely I have not scanned fully. Maybe few debugging tips and tricks like GDB and other thing would be there. But more or less, if you talk about the fundamentally, do we have any strategy to build these skills for a newcomer? This is rarely I found it anywhere. So either if it is a very small area where they caters, like sometimes they talk about the debugging on Linux, but those are very preliminary level. So I thought that let's build this playlist for all of us, and let's progress in that. But this is not, definitely it is not going to cover in 1 or 2 sessions. It requires at least 15 to 20 video where I can discuss multiple things, and those concepts will go onward, right? So I will discuss with how to debug a single threaded application, how to debug a multi-threaded application, how to debug a distributed system, and then the all tips and tricks and helps with certain sample of code or some certain sample what should I say, certain examples, right? Because example use case, this will give you understanding, and then whenever you see similar kind of situation, you will definitely follow this pattern to find your issue, to debug your better or bug fixing. Fast bug fixing. You need these these skills help you in that situation, right? You will see that this will help you. This will help you in that situation, right? So this is the fundamental things, but it is very much required, and I hope I definitely want you all join this channel, join this playlist, and I will regularly update this playlist going forward, and maybe I will cover complete debugging skill set, especially for beginner purposes who are beginning their career or who has a 2, 3, 5 year experience and he wants to master this debugging skills or bug fixing skills, or how to narrow down the bugs, how to fundamentally do the root cause analysis, how to do the how to find the exact issue quickly, how to convince your code reviewer or architect with the problem, how to explain your findings. That is the another challenge, because once you fix it, most of the time you don't know how to explain it because it is not your brainchild, right? This code is not your brainchild. So most of the time you will see the difficulty in that also. So these all, with my experience, with my knowledge and whatever the little knowledge I have, I will try to answer those queries. I also want your feedback, your suggestion, so that I will move that direction. Okay, I will try to focus on those also, accommodate those your comments and feedback also. So by saying of these things, let's wrap today's video here only, and I'm hoping that I will complete by coming few weeks. Like I complete all these playlists into as soon as I get the time. I will start adding these video. Uh, I mean, mostly they are 20 to 25 minutes video, and you will go through with that, and definitely do the practice, hands-on practice with the video, because that will help you, right? And then at the end, maybe I will pick any open source project and try to solve few issues, or any big project. Like, let me go through. I mean, I'm not sure how do I proceed in that direction, but I will definitely wanted to go with some big code base where I can introduce few bugs, and I can help you to narrow down or dig dive to those defects and then solve it, right? So by that way, I will try to explain you, because that will help you to build your muscle in debugging. Okay. So, okay. Thank you for listening me, and I hope you will subscribe this channel, you will like this playlist going forward, and if you like it, please share your friends and others so that they can also get benefited. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye. Take care.